music. You know, I'm going for more of a fantasy vibe today with the music. You don't hear any music. Hold on. What about now? We hearing the music now? Or yeah, we want to make sure that we can, get the vibe. Still no? Really? Why can we not hear the music? Hello, Elwin. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. Don't mind us. We are currently figuring out why you guys cannot hear the background music. Do I just need to like blast it or? Oh, you know what? That's why. Hold on. You'll be able to hear the music now. Here, let's restart this. Yeah, I figured out. Hello, Nanami. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. I see Arte Iris hopped in as well. I think we figured out the music situation. So now, be sure to let me know if the music is too quiet, or too loud, or anything like that, alright? Without further ado, this is a stream that I've been so excited for. And this is only going to be part 1, because there's no way I get through everyone today. But I want to build some of our Nebulink members as D&D builds. Icy Travel, welcome on in, welcome, welcome. Okay, you on Elwin Pion on Twitch. Alright, thank you for letting me know. I'll be sure to pull that up so I can read Twitch chat. And I will advertise that on X. Yeah, where'd you go? And there I am. So let's go here. And whenever I say we're building them in D&D, I mean we're going to be doing like nitty gritty, by the way. Like, I'll start with like the TLDR version, I feel. But then I'm gonna get like real logistical, I guess, with it. Here, real quick, I'll be like, go on social media, do the social media thing, and I'll be like, now I'm also, caps lock, being restreamed at, insert link there. Making characters be fun? It's so much fun. I love making D&D characters. I just realized I need to set this phone on Do Not Disturb. Alright, there we go. So, I've known since someone, welcome on in, welcome, welcome. I've known since I thought of this stream idea who I wanted to do first. Kaito, welcome on in, welcome, welcome. It's nice to have you here. So, I always knew that whenever I did the stream, I wanted to start with our resident fantasy night boy himself, Terran Shieldsong. So that's actually who we're going to be starting with. So let's figure out how you would make Terran Shieldsong in D&D. I feel like he's the most natural person to put into it. So, obviously we have to pick out his race, class. We've got so the way we're going to be doing stats, I'm going to be using standard array today. I won't be using point buy, even though point buy is my beloved. Mia, welcome on in, welcome, welcome. But yes, to generate stats, we will be using standard array. And so we'll actually go down and figure out what their stat line would look like, including after their racial modifiers. So let's go ahead and pull up standard array so I have the reference. Alright, and then, we'll pick out race, class, we'll do their stats. And then we're not going to do equipment or anything. Maybe if like there's a specific magic item that I think they would need, then we could actually see about, giving that to them. Oh, no, we have to pick out like their skills, the proficiencies and everything. And then, Kaito, are you just married to everyone? Darren's your husband, Mia's your wife. And then let's see. Let's actually pull up a character sheet and think about what you want to actually figure out today. I'll pull up this character sheet. I don't even know what level I'm gonna build the characters for. Maybe I'll decide. Maybe I'll decide like, Kaito. Kaito would be a level like 20 character. Turn is hubby Mia's wife, and what am I? Yeah, Kaito, what am I to you? Now I need to know. Let's see. Oh yeah, feats, of course, as well. Gotta figure out what everybody's feet are. You can't not be grandpa. I'm officiating the weddings. You know, I actually believe somebody said that I'm more like an uncle than a grandpa. I don't know if that's actually true, but I thought that was a neat observation. That's true. You think so? I wouldn't mind being an uncle. Like that's a cool title. Yeah, dude, I'm like the cool uncle. That's me. Let's see. Oh, background. Of course. How did I forget background? We're gonna try not to make any custom backgrounds. Let's see. Oh, we're going to be doing alignment. I know that, you know, our resident robot, Rixie, RX Rixie Brideful, did an enlightenment chart for all of us. I'm not entirely sure I agree with all of them, you know? And so, you know, I figure it could be fun to actually do alignments as well. You need to see that? Oh, you haven't seen the alignment chart? So apparently I'm in chaotic neutral. Like, come on, am I really in chaotic neutral? Me? I'm a very, very principled individual, which makes me think that I'm actually lawful, you know? My ass is not calculated. Dude, have you seen my ass? Dude, that thing, it basically a calculator, like, you could punch numbers into that thing. Yes, I do believe. Anyways. So, I am gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna be putting this all in a Google Doc. Just, you know, for my own sanity. I love Google Docs. I use Google Docs for so much. They're great. Wister, welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start with Terran. So, what do we know about Terran? Let's talk about his lore for a little bit. We know that he is a member of the Aegis Knights, they are an organization of knights who seek to protect the world from the misuse of magic. But we also know that the world that the Aegis Knights come from doesn't really reflect our modern world, and so now he's seeking to protect people's smiles instead of like them through, you know, protect them from monsters and magic. And so there's actually, I think he's going to be a multi-class. And what works for me in my brain is actually some sort of paladin and bard multi-class. That's what I'm thinking for Terran. So let's go ahead and look at the paladin subclasses. So the way that the paladin subclasses work in D&D is that it's based off of the oath that you take. That's not the Vera avant-garde, but it's someone named Vera, so welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. You know, we'll say Vera for you. You know, to not create any confusion. So the way that D&D oaths work, Trix, welcome on in, welcome, welcome. The oaths for the paladin subclasses are based off of what you are promising to do, essentially. Like, paladins get their power through their oath, and you get different powers based off of the kind of oath that you take. And so some examples are like an oath to protect the natural order of the world, or, you know, an oath to seek conquest and glory. Now I'm looking at them, and the one that comes to mind immediately is actually one called Oath of the Watchers. I'm gonna go ahead and read this out loud, like the little flavor text, and we'll see if we agree. Because this, to me, is the one that reminds me of, like, protecting the world from magic, you know? The Oath of the Watchers binds paladins to protect mortal realms from the predations of extraplanar creatures, many of which can lay waste to mortal soldiers. Thus, the Watchers hone their minds, spirits, and bodies to be the ultimate weapons against such threats. Paladins who follow the Watcher's Oath are ever vigilant in spotting the influence of extraplanar forces, often establishing a network of spies and informants to gather information on suspected cults. To a Watcher, keeping a healthy suspicion and awareness about one's surroundings is as natural as wearing armor in battle. Because of the flavor of protecting from extraplanar creatures, that to me, I think works pretty well. What do you guys think? Because we could also go... See, the one about, like... Okay. There's one protecting the natural order of the world, but that one's... It's a lot more about nature itself, so I don't think that really applies. Conquest? This one, it's very much about, like... Oath of Conquest Paladin is like a tyrant almost. Someone who is like claiming that they will like dominate their foes. Oath of the Crown, that is like swearing loyalty to an order. So probably not. Devotion is just protecting people. Oath of Devotion is like the lawful good paladin, you know? That's the one where it's like, I'm a goody two-shoes who, like, protects life and, like, will never hurt an innocent. And honestly, I don't really think that's Terran. As bad as it is to say. Like, it's definitely, like, a good option to just pick if there's nothing else. But I feel like we can do something a bit more specialized. There's Oath of Glory Paladin, exactly. Too nice of Terran, even... Exactly, it's too nice for Terran. Oath of Glory believe they and their companions are destined to achieve glory through deeds of heroism. I'm gonna go ahead and say not glory. Redemption? Nah. Nope. I don't even need to read Redemption. Oath of Redemption Paladins, they believe that, like, everybody can be redeemed and they seek in, like, finding the good in people. That's not Terran. This one is actually this last one that I'm going to read is a good option. The Oath of Vengeance. And this is whenever you are... Leo's HR, welcome on in, welcome. Kimichi. Here, I'll go ahead and say Kimichi instead. So, Oath of Vengeance could possibly work for Terran because it's about having, like, a certain sworn enemy. So it's like, oh, maybe my sworn enemy is magic users, is people who misuse magic. But can't wait to see this D&D session. Unfortunately, we're probably, like, whenever we do Nexus D&D, I don't, you know, I plan on letting people just, like, make their own characters. I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm Terran and I'm playing Terran, you know? So it's like Terran rolls up, like, a dragonborn bard. I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. Or it's like, oh, I'm playing a gnome wizard. It's like, pop off, Terran, you go for it. But that said, Nexus D&D is in the works. Don't worry. No, this is just for me liking D&D. I just want to do this. So I don't think anybody else except the very first one you mentioned fits in best. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's why Oath of the Watchers was kind of my immediate go-to. So we'll go Oath of Watchers Paladin. And that'll be his main class for sure. Because he's still like an idle knight in training, right? But let's go ahead and look at the Bard subclasses. So, with the Bard subclasses, the way that they work, they are bard colleges, quote unquote. Are these level 1 sheets, or will level 2 or 3 choices be made? So I will probably, I don't know exactly how I want to do that. I know that I'm going to have some multi-classes, which means I have to have at least some level 2s. Odds are, I'll like, you know, maybe I'll make them all like level 5 or something. I really like 5th level D&D. I think it's a really, really nice level. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead and make them all level 5 characters. Because, I don't know, it's just, it's the next tier of play, because to explain a little bit of D&D stuff, you can essentially split like D&D into 5 tiers of play. There's levels 1 through 4, which are like the really early game levels. This is like you're going and fighting slimes and goblins. You're not really supposed to accomplish not like anything much. Like you're still like heroes of a local village. And then levels 5 through 10 are the next tier of play. So because level 5 is a very, very big jump in power for really every class. The spellcasters get their 3rd level spells, the marshals get their extra attack. It's just a very, very important level. Well, all marshals except for rogue, which gets, I believe, uncanny dodge, which, sure, poor rogue. They're really great for the first 4 levels and then immediately fall off in terms of damage. So I think for Terran, we're going to go 4 levels in Oath of the Watcher's Paladin, and then 1 level in Bard. So we actually don't need to pick out a Bard subclass because of that. Party of 1 HP hero saving the world? Exactly. I mean, that's just called playing a wizard, even if you're 20th level, let's be honest. The only reason why wizards can survive even at 20th level is because they eventually get magic to have counters to death. You know, it's like, oh, even if I do die, you didn't actually kill me. I'm still alive actually. Like, I can create a demi-plane and stick a clone of myself in there, and then whenever I die, my consciousness transfers over to the new clone, and there you go. See? So what if I have 26 HP at level 20? And actually, fun little fact for you, in older editions of Dungeons & Dragons, with the way leveling up works, and like getting HP, it's based off of your stats, specifically your Constitution modifier. And wizards typically dropped their Constitution modifier. It made that their dump stat. But if it was low enough, then leveling up could actually kill you because you would lose HP instead of gaining HP each level. And so the longer you played, the less HP you had. So whenever people say like wizards, you know, they die of 1d4 damage, like, oh, it can feel very, very real at times. Aging as you level up. Alright, so I think we're gonna go 4 levels into Oath of the Watcher's Paladin and 1 level into Bard. Is that gonna give us Bardic Inspiration? Yes, it does. So Terran will be able to inspire his allies around him using his bonus action. Easy-eye, Izuzu, welcome on in, welcome. So, for Terran's race, I feel like, okay, I apologize, Yaya, mi esposo. For Terran's race, he's definitely, like, you can't really play him as anything but human, but I figured it would be a lot more interesting to actually pick variant human. For everybody who I'm picking for human, we're going to be using instead, which means, let's look up exactly everything we get. So we get to increase 2 different ability scores of our choice by 1. We get to gain a proficiency in 1 skill of our choice, any singular skill, and we gain a feat. So there we go, that sounds pretty good to me. So, for people who don't know what feats are in D&D, basically they are little additional abilities that you can get. You can either be rewarded them by your dungeon master, or you can get them like through your race, and it'll be like you gain this feat, or maybe even in some cases like this one, it just says, oh, you can select a feat. But then also every time you get what's known as an ability score increase, or the ability to put your stats up. Welcome on in, Nepoberry. Welcome, welcome. If you are like getting a stat increase, you can actually forego the stat increase and take a feat instead, so like an additional ability. And so since we're going to be selecting Variant Human as Terran's race, and honestly we'll probably be using Variant Human a lot, because of that, we actually get to go ahead and select a feed. So, yay, ha! So let's go ahead and look at these. These backgrounds, blah, 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 blah. I was just on the feeds. Where'd they go? There they are. So, something on right over. I'm gonna go ahead and drink a little bit of water, popping in for a bit. You know what? Maybe after we finish Terran, we'll try to get you in after this. And then again, I have no idea how long each of these is gonna take. I suspect we're only gonna get about like 3 or 4 of them done today. So let's see. I now realized that I didn't have Twitch chat up. Hold on. Gonna put that over there. Alright, so Variant Human, and I think that Terran's feat is gonna go ahead and be Mage Slayer. For his stats, let's go through standard array. So the way this works, in D&D there are 6 main stats. There's your strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. And you know, these are like the big things that you use. And so what we're going to be doing is essentially putting which stat should be his highest and which one should be his lowest. And like going down the line. Keep up the great work. Thank you, thank you. So, looking forward to see if Charlie's a centaur to escape the authorities. You know, I actually hadn't considered, would Charlie be part rogue? If we gave Charlie like 2 levels in rogue, then they would get cunning actions and they could disengage and dash as bonus actions. Would that be fitting? I don't know. No, I feel like Charlie is still definitely much more of like a, you know, just full-on bard. No. Alright, so for Terran's stats, I'm going to go ahead and put this on my other screen. I think that his highest stat would definitely be his strength. You know, he needs to be able to actually like get some damage in. So we're going to go ahead and give him 15 strength. But then as a bard paladin multiclass, I actually feel like his extra action, some Nebulinks will use it to spam potions. Now, you only get 1 like action Yeah. Um, um, I know that, yeah, something. Welcome, welcome. On how about that? This. Hit once and all that. Right. So, hey, so, like, yeah. It's everyone justice. The idea is definitely around and uh, navigate between athletic instrumentation You know, and so maybe ask somebody, yeah, the others. About Karen's alignment. Oh, hold on. This background music's getting a little intense now. Okay. You guys can still hear it? Oh, you can't hear the music? Oh, BGM is good. I'm getting mixed signals. I'm getting mixed. Are you? Got it. Alright, so now let's talk about Terrence. Oh, feels like a real D&D session. Yes, I think that ambiance and like, having background noise and music is very important to a successful like D&D session because in getting immersed into the world, that's what makes people like they put their like all into it, you know? It's like if you're aware that you're all just sitting around a table or all in a Discord call, and you're like wearing your little pointy ears, wearing your little, wizard hats, being like, I cast fireball. Like, there's, you can become self aware, and I feel like you don't give it your all. You don't really let yourself get fully lost, you know? But if you actually like you let yourself become one with the world, one with the story, like oh, it becomes an amazing experience. And I think that the best way to do that is to try to immerse yourself in like through all of your senses. Like so literally if I'm having a D&D session, there have been times where I would like have food prepared that was like very like fantasy-esque, you know? Like I straight up looked at the scene from the Hobbit movie at like the beginning at Bilbo's table and was like, that's what I'm gonna prepare for my players. And by me, I mean family. But by me, I mean Mama Whitlock, really. Yeah, I'm not allowed in the kitchen. The only D&D session I watched a guy said, I cast an, oh, my poor summer child, Teddy. You are referring to Noah the Magic, I believe the YouTube channel is, and that is not D&D. Very, very channel. Wrong. But that is definitely not how D&D works. Burnt the kitchen? Okay. Look, I'm being proactive, not reactive. I simply know that I would burn down the kitchen, you know? There's been a few scares. So, back to Terran's alignment. Man, we're only gonna get through like 2 of these. This is great. Hey, that means 8 streams. 16 members, 8 streams. There you go. So, Terran's definitely lawful because as a paladin, he's got very strict values, and even like as a person, Terran comes across as, you know, kind of a flirt and kind of like maybe he tries to be a little chaotic, but honestly, he's a big softy, you know? Like, it's a shell. And so, which isn't a problem, don't get me wrong. I think, you know, he's like very, very, very like male wife, you know? He's very caring, you know, he just wants to look after you, make sure you're all right, and like lawful good. Honestly, I'm willing to agree with you. I'm willing to put Terran at lawful good. The true male wife senpai? Absolutely. You've got yourself a male wife senpai, Ochu. I guess I could call you like Ochu Kohai? Ha! The moment that armor comes off, he goes male housewife mode. Yeah, so you know that... You know the whole thing in anime where we'll be like the guy who will be like completely in the nude besides the apron? That's Terran, actually. That's his only two outfits he ever wears. It's either full armor or only apron. No in between. So now let's go ahead and act. Oh, okay. Actually, hold on. D&D multiclassing. I forget exactly how the multiclassing works whenever you are getting proficiencies. Okay, let's check this out. So, Terran is also going to be getting an additional skill of his choice and then a musical instrument of his choice. So, I'm going to write something down just for whenever I'm making the character sheet. Now it's making me want to draw him in an apron. Please do. I think that would be a real big hit. Ha! So, write this down real quick. Okay, so now we get to pick any other skill, actually. Oh, and from his race as well. So we actually get to pick 2 more skills for him to be proficient in. So, let's go ahead and look up some skills and pick 2 more for him to be proficient in. I mean, so he's an idol knight, right? Like, he's a singer, and so I actually think maybe we give him performance, you know? That makes sense? So we'll give him... Performance is one of his skills. And then... For his last skill, why don't... I think maybe something like history, because history is like, you know, he comes from... Well, okay, so maybe actually not history because his whole order was like detached from the rest of the world, right? Oh, so maybe something like survival, like being able to like be out in the wilderness, surviving off of the land? I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and give him survival. Makes the most sense to me. Survival suits his being able to take care for everyone. Same with medicine, actually. So he's got both medicine and survival. Alright, so now we get to actually like level him up properly. So we'll level him up to level 4 in Paladin, and then we don't even need to worry about Bard. So, let's see. He's got all that stuff. He's got Divine Sins. We're not going to worry about that. Lay on Hands. Okay, so now we get to pick his fighting style. Take the... Oh! Nom, 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 nom. Thank you for the burger. Thank you, thank you. No, I appreciate the gift. Thank you, Naname. So, I'm looking at this, and I get to pick his fighting style, which basically says it's like, what is something that he's good at? We're not going to be using Unearthed Arcana, by the way, so that means I can't use, like, Close Quarters Shooter, Mariner, Thrown Weapon Fighting, Tunnel Fighter, or Unarmed Fighting. All that stuff's a little bit too busted. Oh, so... oh no, Arcana. Yeah, so Unearthed Arcana is basically like those prototype stuff. It's the stuff that like isn't officially released yet. And so it's usually like busted and or maybe it's like from an unofficial source. It's just not very good. We don't use Unearthed Arcana. And even whenever I do Nexus D&D, I'm probably not going to allow it at all, like at the table. So, looking at this, I see Blessed Warrior, which doesn't really fit him. I don't really see him at, like, he's a paladin, yes, but he's not like a holy paladin. Blind fighting, I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Defense is a good option. Dueling. Dueling is actually a really good option, and here's why. It reads, when you are wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls with that weapon. Terran is your traditional sword and board fighter, which means that, you know, he uses one sword and one shield. And because of the way this is written, technically a shield is not a weapon in D&D. And so, you actually get the +2 bonus to damage rolls, even if you're doing like a longsword and shield. So, this way he could actually like get that bonus damage and still have a shield. So that's a really good option. Great weapon fighting requires two-handed weapons, so we're gonna go ahead and say no. Interception. When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet of you with an attack, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage. I'm actually going to go ahead and call this one a no right away. It does say you must be wielding a shield or a simple or martial weapon to use this reaction. The idea behind interception is that you are like defending people around you, but actually I don't think that this is Terran because he's a frontliner and his reaction should be used against spellcasters because of his Mage Slayer feat, right? No, I don't know. I do kind of see him as like a tank. And I know he really likes playing tanks. Go and be the one fighting, not protecting? Okay, so we won't give him interception or protection. I think we go ahead, we could give him defense or dueling. I think we'll go ahead and give him dueling, actually. So we'll give him the dueling fighting style. And then we're gonna get... Oh, he gets Divine Smite, of course. Yay. Okay, so looks like we get to pick our spells now. Let's see, as a 4th level paladin. Oh, right. Paladins, they are prepared casters, and so all they do is they pick out their spells that they have prepared. And so you choose a number of paladin spells equal to your charisma modifier plus half your paladin level. His charisma modifier would be +2, and then half of his paladin level would also be 2, so we get to actually pick out 4 spells for him to have prepared. Alright, so one I'm immediately seeing is called Shield of Faith. Let's go ahead and read this one. A shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range, granting it a +2 bonus to AC for the duration. That one definitely sounds right to me. Oh, you know what? We should probably make sure... Let's see what he gets from being an Oath of Watcher's Paladin. So he always has Alarm and Detect Magic active, or like has options. So we'll go ahead and put that on. So he has Alarm, Detect Magic. Then I think Shield of Faith is a good one. Same with Protection from Evil and Good, because it's all about like protecting yourself from like powerful, like non-mortal, like non-human threats. I've got so many tabs open, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. This is kind of ridiculous. Okay, so... I immediately lost the spell list. There it is. Stop opening so many, but I need them. I need these tabs. Actually, I don't need like Twitter. Twitter's just here distracting. So we'll get rid of that one. What's you used to close it? Yeah, I've already used that one. I've used that one. Use that one. Okay, maybe I was allowed to close a few of these. Okay, maybe a few. Can't judge you. Look, you always have that many tabs open though, Charlie. I'm like, I can't believe I have 6 tabs open. And you're like, oh yes, let me go to my 4th window. Is that everyone was using it? My bad. The website formerly known as Twitter. Yes. Oh, you know what? Paladins get purify food and drink, and I just feel like that's something that... I feel like that's something that Terran would have. You know, it's like, hey guys, let me make sure that this food isn't poisoned for you. You know, we gotta make sure we're taking care of ourselves. So we'll go ahead and give him 53? Charlie, why? That's too much. Charlie, that's... Oh my goodness. You get distracted even still, that's... Oh. So maybe... I'm thinking we could also pick up either Detect Evil and Good or Detect Poison and Disease. I'm gonna say Detect Poison and Disease. And I think that might be everything that we have to select. Oh, and then of course at 4th level we get an ability score improvement, but instead of actually improving our stats, I'm gonna go ahead and give him the chef feat. So that way he can actually heal people with his food. You know, he can cook for us, be a good male wife. So I think we've already got it. I think we've got Terran Shield Song. He is a variant human, level 4 Oath of Watchers Paladin, level 1 Bard. Oh, we have to pick out his Bard spells. Just remember that. He's got the Mage Slayer and Chef feats. His background is Knight of the Order. His stats are 16 Strength, 14 in Charisma and Constitution, 12 Intelligence, 10 Wisdom, and 8 Dexterity. His skills are in Persuasion, Arcana, Medicine, Athletics, Performance, and Survival. His alignment is Lawful Good. His fighting style is Dueling, and now let's actually pick out his last Bard spell. So that way, we can make sure that we actually finish this. So, how many spells would he have? Spells known, 4? And we get all of those spells? Okay, hold on. I'm pretty sure actually that he would still get like the 4 spells. My goodness. So we have to pick out 4 Bard spells for him. Oh, and we have to pick out 2 Bard cantrips. Fun. So for his Bard cantrips, I'm immediately seeing Blade Ward. So that's like a defensive one. Like, oh, Mending. Oh, 100% he needs Mending. Hold on. So that way he can like fix stuff for us. And then, what else besides that? I think Blade Ward, just because it's like a very defensive one, and so that way he can be like a tank. So there's his Paladin spell list. Now let's pick out his 4 Bard spells. Oh, there's so many spells. I'm really glad that I know a lot of these already. We've already got Detect Magic, so we don't have to worry about that. Ooh, Fairy Fire is a really good spell. Fairy Fire, it reads, each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light, your choice. Any creature in the area where the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible. Gala Evan, welcome on in, welcome, welcome. I suppose you are welcome here, despite the many times of calling me that, yes, that name. Ocean WD-40, don't think I've forgotten. So, I think that Fairy Fire is a really good... Who was it, the one who told us to call you Ocean again? You know, just so many people have been doing it for a while. Like, Yukiko's the one who originally started it, and then Kalatho started it. Momo called me it during, like, her debut. Ozzy is cute. You know, I like Ozzy mainly because how's your name actually pronounced? So, really, I don't mind. I go with Osian, personally. I just like how Osian sounds the most. But it doesn't really matter to me. I think the best way to get around it is to just, like, give me a nickname, honestly. So, I believe, technically, if you want to get real nitty-gritty, the most common way of pronouncing the name is Osian. Not Ocean, but, like, Osian. Pico, welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. But really, the name pronunciation, you can pronounce it like however. I'm gonna stick with Ocean just because I like how it sounds. But yes, so I think we're gonna go ahead and pick Fairy Fire as one of his spells because it allows him, it's like a counter against people who are trying to go invisible. So, Bard spell list, we'll give him Fairy Fire. And then we'll give him, what are some other good ones? I'm like looking through all these. Healing Word could be a good way to give him, it could be a good one to give him so that way he can like heal as a bonus action. You know, give him a little bit more utility. We'll see, we'll see. Oh, Identify. Identify is a very good spell that I think he needs. Totally didn't forget to like the stream. I mean, you know, like the stream if you feel like it, you know, if you're enjoying it, you know. I know a lot of people, I'll literally see them like the stream before it like gives the join message. And it's like, you know, like the stream whenever you like something funny happens or anything like that, you know? I actually think it's really motivating whenever I say something and I see someone like the stream. I'm like, yay! Like I'm not doing this whole streaming thing poorly. Ocean is pretty cool too. Wide, accepting, covering. Okay, the problem with the Ocean is that it's also terrifying. Like that's, ugh. Hey, we like the stream because you're here. Got to support our Oshis. Oh, thank you, thank you. No, we really do appreciate it. Like, I genuinely, every time I go live, I'm terrified that nobody will show up. Which, on one hand, it's like, okay, now I can experience talking to the void, you know? That'll be good. It's good learning experience, so that way I can keep rambling endlessly. But, you know, I want people here. Yes, and so I really do appreciate the company, you guys. So, let's see, some other images, or not images. I read the word image on one of these spells. Maybe... What's something that's like Because he's supposed to be like an idol, and so maybe I want something that's like... Oh, here we go, charm person. That's a very idle thing to do. You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range, yada yada yada. So, charm person I think is a fantastic one for that. And maybe like one more of like captivating somebody, you know? Heroism could be used to like inspire people, I'm thinking. A willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spell casting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns. When the spell ends, the target loses any remaining temporary hit points from the spell. I like that actually. So we're gonna go ahead and give him heroism as well. And there we go. I think Terran is done. So now, probably today, I'll go through and actually put this on a character sheet. So that way, you know, if you guys want to pull up to your next Adventurers League game as Terran Shieldsong, there you go. And then actually, something I don't think I've revealed yet is that I want to make like little YouTube shorts where I quickly go through the build. And so I'll do the thing where I talk real fast and be like, hey YouTube, if you want to play Terran Shieldsong in D&D, here's how you do it, you know. And so I'll make like little YouTube shorts and post those as well. Is there anything else we need to design? I don't think so. I think we're just done. Yippee, woo. Higher pitched Osian. Yeah, so I like to think that my range is pretty wide. You know, I can go pretty high, and that's even like without falsetto. And you know, whenever I'm streaming, all I really do is I just like relax my voice is all. Because it's like I could be higher energy, and that would like raise my voice a little bit, and you'll probably hear that just come out naturally at times. Gonna go deeper. Hold on, let's try. I'm going to make my... Oh, that's really hard to do, actually. I'm going to make my voice even deeper now. Oh, that's hard to do, actually. Ha! But no, I can go lower. And then, if I really wanted to, I could go like really, really high. I could probably go even higher if I really wanted. Hi guys, hi! It's me, your detective, Osian Deputy Whitlock. Hi! Thank you all so much for stopping by the stream today. Oh my goodness. It's actually so good. Thank you, thank you. No, whenever I voice act in games, I like to go all out. And so, sounds... Oh, Valley Girl? Yeah, like, I can totally do a Valley Girl voice if you want me to. Hi. So, I would like a chai latte, and could I get that with extra pumpkin spice? That is so good. Thank you, thank you. So, whenever I voice act in games, I like to thank you all for the gifts. Be a higher voice actor, Osian now. Dude, go for it, honestly. If you guys want me to voice act in something for you, honestly, just hit me up. I'll probably do it for free. Like, I really like voice acting. And heck, if any voice acting companies are listening right now, hire me. I will work for you. Do it again? Okay, fine. Just for you, Pico. Oh my goodness. Hi, guys. Welcome on in. I'm really glad that you all stopped by today. And, you know, I was just thinking, you guys should totally give me, like, more gifts so that way I can go buy some more Starbucks. Like, come on, please. Like, how else am I gonna go get my, what do they sell at Starbucks? I don't even know. I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna spare myself. Thank you for the gifts. Now I can go get myself some Starbucks. Thanks, guys. Oh, goodness. Uh, yes, I remember I was playing, I played like 2 little visual novels with, like some of the high school trio at this point in Discord VC, and thanks, yes, of course, of course. So, played some visual novels. We played a little bit of Doki Doki Literature Club. And who do you guys think I voiced in Doki Doki? Who do you think I was voicing? You think I was voicing Monica? I will tell you, it was not Monica as much as I love it. Actually, Trix, you got it. I was voicing Natsuki, actually. Ha! And so, hold on. Let me remember. Let me pull up some like Natsuki dialogue. I'll pull out a little bit of Natsuki.
Seriously? Who brought a boy? What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
There's my Natsuki voice for you.
Manga is literature.
Hold on, one more. Sorry, I'm just having too much fun.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
So yes, I was really enjoying that. That was a lot of fun. And then the other one we did was like this Nekopara game, but like it was like with cat voice or whatever. I don't even know. Momo is obsessed with the game, whatever it is. And I was playing like Sage, his name was. He's like this really big like himbo guy. And so, hold on. I don't even remember exactly what I sounded like or what his voice lines were in that, like for that. What is blah, blah, blah. I promise I can speak, you guys. I don't remember what his voice was though. But honestly, if I know we've got some Nebulings in here. If there are any times where you're like, I want to play through a game and I want to do voice acting with Nebulink members, hit me up. Like, straight up, I will be there. You already know I will be there. I love playing visual novels, specifically if they do not have voice acting. It's also, whenever I played Danganronpa, I was playing it with a friend, and he wasn't really like the kind of person to like to voice act a lot of characters. And so I basically voice acted like the entire cast of Danganronpa while playing through. I drag you when I play Phoenix Wright. Dude, I'd voice act in Phoenix Wright for sure. Just want to duo voice with Osian? What does it mean to duo voice? Hold on. I haven't heard I haven't heard this phrase. Playing Apollo Justice? Is that one of the Phoenix Wright games? I genuinely know, like, basically nothing about it. Let's hear the objection. Hold on, what is it like? It's like, objection! It's like that, right? Isn't that how it sounds? Yes. No. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be building D&D characters. Hold on. That's a sequel to Phoenix Wright. Ah, I see. I'm loving it that you like voice acting this much. Oh, I love voice acting. Honestly, I would love to do voice acting someday. Like, who knows? Maybe this can be the platform that gets my name out there, and eventually you'll like be watching an anime. Why was that so accurate? Are you secretly his VA? I wish I could get paid for it. No, I'm glad that was accurate. Who's next to build? That is a great question, dude. Oh wait, no, that's right. I told Charlie, since they're here, that we'd go ahead and build them next. So let's go ahead and build a Charlie Morgan, the street painting witch. This is one that I'm actually very excited to do. So let's do Charlie Morgan next. So for the race, Yo, welcome on in. Welcome. So for Charlie, we're gonna go ahead and also do variant human, which we're gonna be seeing a lot of. Be a mage or a sorcerer? So for Charlie, I know for a fact that Charlie would be some kind of charisma caster, right? Like that only makes sense. You know, they're gonna charm their way into our hearts, right? And it's like charming Charlie. It's like it just makes sense that Charlie is a charisma caster, which means our options are sorcerer, warlock, and bard. And out of these, I think that Bard is the most fitting because Bards, specifically, they cast their magic through art. So, like, that's just perfect, right? And so, you know, street painting, witch painting, like, so Bards are typically seen as musicians, but that technically doesn't have to be how they cast their magic. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the Bard subclasses and figure out what kind of Bard Charlie would be. So our options are Creation, Eloquence, Glamour, Lore, Spirits, Swords, Valor, and Whispers. We can go ahead and take out a few. I think we can take out Swords and Valor right away. And I think Spirits as well. Let's actually read what Spirits is. College of Spirits. Bards of the College of Spirits seek tales with inherent power, be they legends, histories, or fictions, and bring their subjects to life. Using occult trappings, these bards conjure spiritual embodiments of powerful forces to change the world once more. Such spirits are capricious, though, and what a bard summons isn't always entirely under their control. So that's kind of like a summoner, almost, and I feel like that doesn't really match Charlie. So, we're gonna go ahead and take out those. Probably lore as well. Bards of the College of Lore know something about most things, collecting bits of knowledge from sources as diverse as scholarly tomes and peasant tales. So they're like studious bards, and that's like, no offense, Charlie, but like you're all about individuality and creativity, being yourself and not like being bound by conformity to tradition, right? And so I feel like something like that just really doesn't match you. So let's look at Creation real quick. I believe that, yes, Creation, this one is not at all what you would expect. It's not, oh, I like creating things. No, rather it is to harness the power of creation itself. It's like very chuny. It's like for the other bard subclasses you hear about like, oh, I do my art in this way or whatever. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and read out the College of Creation flavor text so you guys understand just how ridiculous it is. Bards believe the cosmos is a work of art, the creation of the first dragons and gods. That creative work includes harmonies that continue to resound through existence today, a power known as the Song of Creation. The bards of the College of Creation draw on that primeval poetry, and their teachers shared this lesson. Before the sun and the moon, there was the song, and its music awoke the first dawn. Its melody so delighted the stones and trees that some of them gained a voice of their own, and now they sing too. Learn the song, students, and you too can teach the mountains to sing and dance. Like, what in the world? Why? That's like... The other ones are like, I read books and like doing knowledge. Ha! So I'm gonna go ahead and say that Charlie is not a College of Creation bard. So that leaves Eloquence, Glamour, and Whispers. Let's go ahead and look at Eloquence real quick. Adherents of the College of Eloquence mastered the art of speaking, I'm gonna call it. I'm not gonna mispronounce that word. Persuasion is regarded as a high art, and a well-reasoned, well-spoken argument often proves more powerful than objective truth. So these are the people who can like talk their way out of any situation, right? So they're not necessarily the performers, they're like the speakers. And once again, I feel like that's not really indicative of Charlie. So how about we go to Glamour and Whispers. I actually want to read Whispers because I feel like this might actually be the one I want to go with, funnily enough. Because Glamour has a very fitting name. We'll go to it next, but let's read Whispers real quick. Most folk... Okay, hold on. Actually, maybe not. No, actually, this sounds more like Mocha. Anyways, College of Whispers. Most folk are happy to welcome a bard into their midst. Bards of the College of Whispers use this to their advantage. They appear to be like any other bard, sharing news, singing songs, and telling tales to the audiences they gather. In truth, the College of Whispers teaches its students that they are wolves among sheep. These bards use their knowledge and magic to uncover secrets and turn them against others through extortion and threats. Many other bards hate the College of Whispers, viewing it as a parasite that uses the bard's reputation to acquire wealth and power. For this reason, these bards rarely reveal their true nature unless they must. They typically claim to follow some other college, or keep their true nature secret in order to better infiltrate and exploit royal courts and other settings of power. Yeah, so that one, it's like manipulation and acting in the shadows almost. So that's not Charlie as well. If Charlie was still very much bound to their witch coven, I would say maybe that's a good idea. But Charlie, I think, is a good person. And so let's actually read Glamour, which I think is going to be the one we settle on. And so you'll hear it. You know, we'll actually skip this little top part. We'll read the second part of the flavor text. The bards of this college are regarded with a mixture of awe and fear. Their performances are the stuff of legend. These bards are so eloquent that a speech or song that one of them performs can cause captors to release the bard unharmed and can lull a furious dragon into complacency. The same magic that allows them to quell beasts can also bend minds. Wait, what? This isn't even talking about it at all. Basically, glamour bards, they are all about, like, the actual flavor is supposed to be, like, fae and, like, you know, like fairies and all of that stuff. But the reason why I think that it's a good one is because it's very, like, vibrant in nature. It is all about, like, the majesty of art and color itself, and I think that that is very fitting of Charlie. So I think we're gonna go ahead and go with College of Glamour, because none of the other ones really, like, struck me as right, you know? Yeah, even whenever we read this, the first one is called Mantle of Inspiration. When you join the College of Glamour, you gain the ability to weave a song of Fey magic that imbues your allies with vigor and speed. As a bonus action, you can expend one of your bardic inspiration to grant yourself a wondrous appearance. When you do so, choose a number of creatures you can see and who can see you within 60 feet of you, up to a number equal to your charisma modifier, yada yada yada. And so what I'm imagining is maybe, like, Charlie can, like, spray paint themselves to, like, be this new appearance that inspires their allies around them. Something like that, right? Because just because Charlie spray paints and can, like, tag walls and all of that, we can be a bit more creative on how we actually use spray cans as a spellcasting focus, right? Yoru, welcome on in. Welcome. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and settle with College of Glamour Bard. So, and we're gonna go ahead and go all 5 levels into it. Now, as a variant human, we get to go ahead and select what Charlie's feat is that they get just for, you know, existing. So I should probably have kept this tab open, actually. So let's see. Let's pick out a good feat. I'm thinking something that has to do with, like, the background being, like, part of a witch coven. And so, let's see, I'm looking through these. Because, like, there's nothing that's, like, art-based per se. Ooh, Eldritch Adept. Studying occult lore, you learn one Eldritch Invocation option of your choice from the Warlock class. That, I think, makes a lot of sense, actually. So maybe we'll go with Eldritch Adept to get, like, the background of that. Let's see what else we could pick. Shadow Touched is another good option. But that's like from the name, it's a good option. So what Shadow Touched is, you learn the invisibility spell and one first level spell of your choice. The first level spell must be from the illusion or necromancy schools of magic. And so we could, pick something that's fitting there. Let's see what else. Yeah, I think that those are going to be our best two options, actually. And honestly, I think that Eldritch Adept makes more sense. It also means that we can do something fun. Pick out a good Eldritch Invocation for Charlie. Because I think it makes sense that, maybe Charlie comes from a coven of warlocks, but, they've decided to pursue the way of a bard instead. I think that's nice, storytelling within the actual build of the character itself. Because that's how I like to play my D&D characters and build them. I like to make it to where, by looking at the character sheet, you can try to piece their past, right? You can try to figure out who they are. Instead of just playing a character where oh, I'm gonna play a variant human with the polearm master and sentinel feats, and I'll take X levels in fighter, X levels in hexblade warlock, so that way I can use and X levels in paladin. Right? It's you could power game, but I have to head out, but I can't wait to see the character sheets when they're done. Bye-bye. Thank you for stopping by, as always, Nanmi. Thank you. So, right, I think it's so much more interesting whenever, as players, we prioritize the actual, story and, make character flaws and boons and, all that stuff. Apparently my internet connection is unstable. Very unfortunate. Yes, how about we go ahead and look at some Eldritch Invocations and see what matches. I'm gonna have to as well. Enjoy my time here, thank you. Of course, thank you for stopping by. No, it was really nice having you here. So, I'm looking at this. None of these are immediately sticking out to me, but I'm only in the G section right now. You can cast Disguise Self at will. How does that sound, actually? Being able to just constantly disguise yourself to look like anything? Or, ooh, what is this one? You can cast Silent Image at will? What does that spell? You create the image of an object, a creature, or some other visible phenomenon that is no larger than a 15-foot cube. Professor Frost, welcome on in. Welcome. This could be fun, actually. Silent Image. And so what you could do is, you could spray something into the air and, create a large image. Ooh, wait, hold on. I'm cooking. Yeah, how does that sound, Charlie? Do you like that? So, Misty Visions is the name of it. Both of those sound useful. Yeah, I think that Silent Image makes more sense, so that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Sounds good. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and give you Eldritch Adept as your feat for being a variant human, and give you what's called Misty Visions. Yes, Misty Visions is the name of the invocation. Background is another fun one. we get to find what actually works best. So, backgrounds. We're looking for something that's like, so we can either go in the direction of like someone who's kind of like rebellious, or maybe even like do something like criminal or something like that. Let's actually read through them. Oh, okay, hold on. Never mind. I don't even care. I do not care. We're picking charlatan. We're picking charlatan. Like, come on. Come on. We've got to pick charlatan. Like, I'm not even looking at the other ones. Yeah, and actually, hold on. So the feature that you get from being a charlatan is called false identity. You have created a second identity that includes documentation, established acquaintances, and disguises that allow you to assume that persona. And so it could even be that, like, you know, I don't know how much you've spoken about this actually on stream, but I believe that like you've got like your tag of like charm and all of that, and kind of like the charm identity could be that second persona perhaps. That could be fun. So we're gonna go with charlatan, which gives you proficiency in deception and sleight of hand. Those both sound very Charlie to me. Those both make perfect sense. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up that. So now we actually get to do your stats. Yay, let's go. And obviously, your highest stat is your charisma. That goes without saying. Then after that, I think that your next highest might actually be dexterity, because between the stealth, the sleight of hand, and just like being, I don't know, I see you as like kind of a fast person, a dexterous person. I think that dexterity is what we're gonna go with for your next highest. Then after that, gotta be fast to escape. Exactly. Which is actually why I kind of want to give you a bit higher in wisdom as well, almost. You are a very wise person, I feel. We're gonna give you your 13 in wisdom. And then, because then that also allows you to have like good perception. I don't know, you strike me as somebody who would have like at least an alright perception. And then that leaves us with strength, intelligence, and strength, intelligence, and constitution. And it's weird because I want to actually decide what your dumb stats are going to be first. So like, what's the lowest of them? And I mean this in the nicest way possible, Charlie. But you, I kind of want to dump intelligence. Only because we've had the chat about your expression and how head empty it is, like at all times, and I think it is just so funny to put intelligence as the lowest. That's just me having a little bit of fun, not even gonna lie. And actually, we're gonna be a little nice and put Constitution higher than Strength, just because everybody wants at least an alright Constitution. And so we're gonna go ahead and give you 15 Charisma, 14 Dexterity, 13 Wisdom, 12 Constitution, 10 Strength, and 8 Intelligence. Now, the thing is though, is that as a variant human, you get to add a +1 to do 2 different, or rather you have 2 points to add. If we really, really wanted to metagame, the plan would be to take 2, put both of them in Charisma, And then also, whenever we reach, let's see, whenever we reach what level? Yeah, freaking 4. That's the level. I know D&D, guys, I promise. So once we reach level 4, we could take a half feat and get your charisma up to 18 and give you a bonus. That's too metagamey for me, actually. So what I think we're gonna do is give you 16 charisma and then put the other one in wisdom, actually. And then, upon reaching level 4, we'll take an ability score increase and we'll put both of the points into charisma, giving you a charisma of 18. So that would actually be 18 charisma, 14 dex, wiz, 12 con, 10 strength, and 8 intelligence. So there you go. And that's actually a really good stat line. Yeah, it sounds powerful. That is very, very good, actually. 18 is actually the highest charisma you could have at level 4. So yours, you know, if you're gonna be charming Charlie, we gotta make you charming, you know? Now let's talk about your skills. So as a charlatan, you automatically have deception and sleight of hand. And then, oh my goodness, I just now remembered that Twitch chat exists. I feel so bad, Twitch chat. I'm so sorry. Twitch chat, I promise you exist. So let's see. As a bard, you get to pick, I think, just 3 skills. Yeah. So we can actually pick whatever we want for you, Charlie. So let's pull this up. So, what do we want? I kind of do want to give you perception. I don't know, there's just something about it that just seems right. I want to give you performance as well, something is telling me. I guess performance could also be like, I don't know. We're giving you performance. I don't care. I mean, you're a bard. All bards have performance, let's be honest. It's built into the class. Now, outside of that, one that I think is kind of funny, and this is just me knowing you, is that from our time speaking, it seems that animals really like you for some reason. Like, you just naturally get along with animals, even if you don't want to. And so I actually think I want to give you animal handling as a skill. So we're gonna give you animal handling. So that's 3. And then, from variant human, we get another skill. So you are just you've got so many skills. Ha! I'm almost tempted to say because of... Yeah, I'm tempted to say that because of your whole witch thing, we also give you Arcana, but also, like, you didn't really care for... No, because you know all kinds of things about, like, hexes and all of that. Lone Wolf, welcome on in, welcome. So I actually think I am going to give you Arcana just because it, like, makes sense from a lore perspective. Even though your intelligence modifier is kind of bad. Let's see, you would have, I think, a +1 to your Arcana rolls. It's okay, it's okay. It's better than you having a -2. Pinlock, welcome in, my fellow detective. It's nice to have you here. Lore's more important than what makes sense. Yes, we love lore. How am I? I'm doing really well, actually. You know, I thought I was gonna be hungover from last night. Honestly, not really. More so tired because I had this really, really big thunderstorm that hit my area last night. Like, the thunder was loud. Like, I don't know if the lightning was literally like hitting right outside my door or what, but like I could feel myself shaking whenever it would hit, and like literally my window, it was like my room was lighting up and like turning white every now and again because of how like intense it was. It was wild. I was having a lot of fun though. Yes, so there we got our skills. So now we get alignment. And very, very easily, Charlie is at least chaotic. The reason why is because law and like lawful versus chaos is not about like actually being law abiding. Not that Charlie is law abiding, mind you, but rather it is about kind of it's very much about emotion. It is about individuality. It is about expressionism. Like if you actually read what the world of chaos is like in D&D, it is not chaos because it is like evil or because it is bad or anything like that. It is because it is simply everything is completely free and like individualized. Like hold on. Let's actually look at the realm wheel. So, chaotic good. Okay, hold on. The best way I know to find this is to look up one of the realms and then like play the wiki game. The Great Wheel Cosmology, yada yada yada. It's very, very crazy and all of that. Okay. Well, let me find this, because now we're getting into like the deep D&D lore, but I feel like this is the best way for people to kind of understand what like the alignment chart actually means, because a lot of people don't actually know. Why am I having so much trouble finding this? Okay, and there we go, yada yada yada. Where is... Alright. I like this. This is... It's a realm that it tends towards chaotic good. And let's just read a little bit about it. It's called the Happy Hunting Grounds, or the Beastlands, actually. I think that's fun. Let's see, where can I actually find the information that I want? You know what? I can't even find it right now. Point is, I think that with somebody who is all about simply being themselves and like focusing on what you believe in and what you want for yourself, like that is very much like an epitome of chaos. It could even be seen as order if you are very like principled and you're like, I must always prioritize myself or something like that. But I don't really think that's what Charlie is. I think they simply let themselves be, you know? They just exist and go with the flow. And I actually, do I want chaotic neutral maybe even? Not, like, because you are simply the full extent of that idea. But you are a very, very good person, actually. I think chaotic neutral, but lean towards chaotic good at times. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put you in chaotic neutral, Charlie. Sorry, I know that got like really, really like D&D like intense for a moment. I read D&D books, y'all. I read like the wiki pages for fun. It's a problem. Alright. So now let's go ahead and pull Bard back up. When do you get expertise? You get expertise at 3rd level, okay. Okay, so you've got your Bardic Inspiration, Magical Inspiration, nothing to choose here. We are going to have to choose your spell list in a moment. We already chose your subclass. Okay, so the last major thing to choose is expertise. We have to pick your 2 skills that you are the best at. Like, what do you know above all else? And so, as suboptimal as it would be, I'm kind of tempted to give you an expertise in Arcana because of the whole witch thing. We make a spell called All Maidens. It allows the user to pick up maidens instantly. I mean, if basically charm person if you think about it. Dominate creature. No, didn't hear from me. Nope. So I think that giving you expertise in Arcana makes sense. I still remember whenever we were watching the Dallas Mavericks play the Boston Celtics in the, in the NBA Finals, and you were telling me you gotta stop jinxing your team. You gotta, you're here. Like I could do like a counter hex. Like you were saying all of these words and all of that, and I was just like, oh, you know your stuff, huh? And you know what? Whenever I started doing what you said, we made a comeback. So maybe I should have trusted you from the beginning. I think we're gonna go ahead and, for that reason, give you expertise in Arcana, despite the fact that your intelligence modifier is a -1. It's fun though. The other one though, I kind of want to say sleight of hand actually. Like to spray paint, you would need to have like really good hands, right? And with your art, like come on, you're obviously very good with that. You may not know much, but what you know exactly. And then I think I am gonna go ahead and do sleight of hand as your other expertise, because with the art and with all that stuff, like it just makes sense to me. And so now all that's left is your spell list actually. So now let's find the bard spell list. Let's find out how many spells we need at first. So you are going to know 8 spells and 3 cantrips. So you know at least, let's write these down. You know at least 5 first level spells. You know 2 second level spells. And 1 third level spell. And then, though we might be able to get around, is there a way for you to change out your spell each level? Additionally, when you gain a level in this class, you can choose one of the bard spells you know and replace it with another spell from the bard spell list, which also must be a level for which you have spell slots. Okay, so that means that you are able to technically know at least 2 third level spells. We'll see. We'll just kind of like pick the spells that we think are natural, you know? Okay. So let's pull up the spell list. Oh, right, and then I think 3 cantrips? Yes, 3 cantrips. And if I find myself getting a little bit caught up, then I'll probably just do this off screen, but I think we'll be fine. Alright, so we've got, the options are Blade Ward, Dancing Lights, Friends, Light, Mage Hand, Mending, Message, Minor Illusion, Prestidigitation, Thunderclap, True Strike, and Vicious Mockery. Are you... Charlie, are you good enough at roasting people to warrant Vicious Mockery? I'm trying to figure out. I feel like you're too sweet for that, actually. Like, what do you think? Like, hit me with a roast. No, you're not? Okay. Well, that settles that then. We're gonna go ahead and say no vicious mockery. Charlie told you to say Ocean. Everybody says to say Ocean. You don't like being mean? Yeah, you're right. I don't think you'd have vicious mockery. Minor illusion definitely makes a lot of sense. But you already have silent image as something that you can cast at will, so minor illusion is kind of redundant actually. And so maybe... I like Dancing Lights actually. Dancing Lights is kind of a weird spell. But what it is you can create up to 4 torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs that hover in the air. So I like the idea of you like spray painting into the air, and then like the lights like appear, right? And it's like your drawings are in the air as the lights. I think that could be a really cool idea. So we're gonna go ahead and give you Dancing Lights. We don't need this. We don't need this. I'm actually getting rid of some of our tabs now. We're down to just a few tabs. Also, I see this was literally 25 minutes ago in Twitch chat, but hi El Bondi, I promise I'm reading Twitch chat once every half hour. I'll be here to actually read your messages. Wow, I freak out whenever I look at Twitch chat. Hold on. Whoa. That looks really bad. Alright, so... I like friends for you. Maybe message could be neat if we can't find something else in cantrips. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the cantrips actually don't really suit you, funnily enough. But I like friends because the way it works, for the duration, you have advantage on all charisma checks directed at one creature of your choice that isn't hostile towards you. When the spell ends, the creature realizes that you used magic to influence its mood and becomes hostile towards you. I like that because it's like you can briefly get somebody to be alright with you, but I like the idea of like then it wears off and you're like, okay, gotta go. You know, it's like it's your way to like do a getaway. So I like that quite a bit. I gotta work on some stuff for Wednesday, but have a great stream. Good luck with your debut preparations, Trix. Thank you for stopping by. So we're gonna go ahead and give you friends as one. Oh, and thank you for the gift, Trix. Thank you, thank you. And then lastly, I'm thinking maybe... Because message is just like a really good spell. And maybe it could even be something that like you picked up in like your witch days to be able to like communicate with people that way. So I think we're gonna give you message. So now the part that I'm actually dreading. Oh, the bard spell list is so long. Okay. So we've already got silent image as something we can cast at will. And so we don't even need to worry about putting that. Illusory script. Let's read this. You write on parchment paper or some other suitable writing material and imbue it with a potent illusion that lasts for the duration. To you and any creatures you designate when you cast the spell, the writing appears normal, written in your hand. It conveys whatever meaning you intended when you wrote the text. To all others, the writing appears as if it were written in an unknown or magical script that is unintelligible. So basically, you can like write something that, you can write something and like hide what you actually wrote. I think that one's pretty fitting. So, first level, we'll put illusory script. There's a spell called color spray. I believe there is. I believe it blinds people, right? Yes, there is color spray. I don't even need to read that one. That one is on the list. Same with charm person. Now the other ones. Featherfall feels very natural for you for some reason, and I think it's because of that art that you did where you're like falling and like your hair is like really dynamic and all. I don't know, for some reason I can imagine you just like jumping and striking that post as you cast like Featherfall as a reaction. Plus, you know, it's something that's really good for getting away. It's a JoJo pose. Exactly. Now I want something that's very like witchy, like hexy. Something like maybe like Sleep, maybe Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Because like you could put a laughing hex on people. And what it does is like it makes them like fall over and just start laughing. And I think that's a very Charlie thing. I'm gonna throw on Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Now we've got, what, 2 second level spells? I'm just looking through these real quick. Invisibility is a very good spell. Let's see, what else? Yeah, these second level, okay. Man, I'm really looking. I'm looking at like Magic Mouth, like almost to make sense, just because like you could spray paint a mouth and it becomes a real. Let's see if it would actually be useful. You implant a message within an object in range. A message that is uttered when a trigger condition is met. Choose an object that you can see and that isn't being worn or carried by another creature. And speak the message, which must be 25 words or less. See, it's just not a very good spell, you know? Because it's like you put it on a surface, and so I'm imagining you like spray painting a mouth and it comes to life. But we want you to actually have something good. What is Kinetic Jaunt? I don't know this spell. You magically empower your movement with dance-like steps, giving yourself the following benefits for the duration. Walking speed increases by 10 feet. Don't provoke opportunity attacks, and you can move through the space of another creature, and it doesn't count as difficult terrain. Oh, that's really good, actually. Hold on, that's a really great getaway spell. I think we're going to go ahead and give you Kinetic Jaunt. Giving you all the escape chances? Exactly. So I'm kind of giving you a lot of like crowd control stuff as well. So it's like, you know, you're there running from the police and you gotta hit them with a quick spell in order to like make sure they can't chase you. I'm tempted to give you, where was it? Oh, actually, this one could be fun. There's one called Gift of Gab. So this spell is really funny, but it can only be played, like it can only be used correctly at certain kinds of tables. What it does, when you cast the spell, you skillfully reshape the memories of listeners in your immediate area so that each creature of your choice within 5 feet of you forgets everything you said within the last 6 seconds. Those creatures then remember that you actually said the words you speak as the verbal component of the spell. So basically, you can just do like an oh shit button if you say something you weren't supposed to. So this is really only good at tables if you know, if you're very particular about like when you're actually speaking to NPCs versus when you're like just making jokes. And so it's like, all right, guys, if you're talking to this NPC, you're talking, and I will react to anything you say as a DM. And so then you're like, oh, hey, guys, what if we go bomb the orphanage? And it's like, wait, no, wasn't supposed to say that. Gift of Gab. And so it really only works at particular tables. Now, if we do Nexus D&D, or when we do it, I would love for that spell to actually be used, just because I think it's hilarious. It makes for good content. But honestly, I think, as simple as it is, I think I want to give you invisibility as your spell. Just because it's like, it makes sense, you know. Do like put an invisible spray on. This way you know, have a better time hiding from people. And lastly, we get to choose our 3rd level spell. We've got, what? Oh, there's one called Bestow Curse. Hold on. Okay, hold on. There's some really good options for like witch spells immediately. Because there's Bestow Curse. Then there's also Dispel Magic, which I know that you're able to like to spell like hexes and stuff. Like I know that's something you can do. Let's see. Hypnotic Pattern. Dude, there's so many good options for 3rd level spells for you. What the heck? I think those are the big 3 though. Hypnotic Pattern. Because Hypnotic Pattern, you like, it's this real big, colorful thing. Oh wait, I just realized. What are your spells that you get from... We make the Hypnotic Pattern a hip sway? I mean, Charlie, that's really up to you. Hold on, I need to look something up. I just now realized we didn't actually look at what spells you get from being a Glamour Bard. Oh wait, does Glamour Bard, they don't get specific spells? Really? That's actually really rare. Well, never mind then. Yeah, Hypnotic Pattern is all about like the colors, and it's like this big, beautiful like thing of colors. I think it just, honestly, we're gonna get rid of some other spells, so that way you can have Hypnotic Pattern, because that just makes too much sense to me. But then also like Dispel Magic, I know you're able to do, and then Bestow Curse, I know you can curse people. Wait, but you can only have up to 2 3rd level spells. No. Okay, what do we think? Dispel Magic or Bestow Curse? I'll let you go ahead and choose what you think is more fitting. Reading 1 sec? For sure, for sure. I think... Because what it really seems like is that you are a higher level than 5th level. That's what I've learned today. Which means you're actually quite the competent witch. Kind of like Bestow Curse. All right, we'll go ahead and give you Bestow Curse then. And with that, I actually think that's the last thing we needed to choose. So, what it seems like we've got is Charlie Morgan, who's a variant human, a level 5 College of Glamour Bard. Because they are a variant human, they have the Eldritch Adept feat, which gives them access to the Misty Vision's Eldritch Invocation, allowing them to cast Silent Image at will, allowing them to create large images using their spray paint. They have the Charlatan background. Their stats are 18 Charisma, 14 Dexterity and Wisdom, 12 Constitution, 10 Strength, and 8 Intelligence. Their skills are Deception, Perception, Performance, and Animal Handling, with expertise in Sleight of Hand and Arcana. They are Chaotic Neutral with their alignment. And their spell list, they've got the cantrips Dancing Lights, Friends, and Message. For 1st level spells, Illusory Script, Color Spray, Charm Person, Featherfall, and Tasha's Hideous Laughter. For 2nd level, we've got Kinetic Jaunt and Invisibility. And for 3rd level spells, we've got Hypnotic Pattern and Bestow Curse. Wait, that's right, we have to actually pick a 1st level spell to lose. Hold on. So illusory script for sure, color spray for sure. Gotta go, but have a great rest of your stream. I'm probably gonna be going pretty soon here as well anyways. But thank you for stopping by, Don. It's a pleasure as always. I actually think we drop... Maybe we drop one of the second level spells. Maybe we drop invisibility, actually. Bubba the Great, welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I actually think we drop invisibility. Because all those first level spells are just too good. Plus, you've got enough ways to escape. You don't need invisibility. Plus, if you had invisibility, I feel like you would have used that during your debut whenever you were running, you know? Instead, you had to, like, make a tunnel. So, and there's your spell list. There we are. And I only made 2 out of 16 people. Let's go! You know, it's been really, really fun. I'm thinking we could do like one last quick one, real quick, maybe. And actually, funnily enough, I think someone who would be really, really quick to do is me, actually. I've already got kind of an idea, so maybe we'll make me real quick. Because there's really not that many options for me. There's really only one that comes to mind. So we are going to quickly make Osian WD Whitlock in D&D. So once again for the race, we are doing Variant Human. For the class, I already have a really good idea for the class. And that is, we are going to be going with a rogue. Specifically, there's 2 options that come to mind. Both the Mastermind and Inquisitive rogues. Let's go ahead and read Inquisitive Rogue. As an archetypal Inquisitive, you excel at rooting out secrets and unraveling mysteries. You rely on your sharp eye for detail, but also on your finely honed ability to read the words and deeds of other creatures to determine their true intent. You excel at defeating creatures that hide among and prey upon ordinary folk, and your mastery of lore and your sharp eye make you well equipped to expose and end hidden evils. I mean, like, come on. Is there really any other option? And then you've also got Mastermind, which is just a better subclass. This is... Your focus is on people and on the influence and secrets they have. Many spies, courtiers, I don't fucking care, and schemers follow this archetype, leading lives of intrigue. Words are your weapons as often as knives or poison, and secrets and favors are some of your favorite treasures. So that's all about collecting, like, knowledge. So I'm gonna actually go with Inquisitive Rogue, which is one of the worst classes in the game, but I do not care. I'm gonna make it work. So, level 5 Inquisitive Rogue. Let's find out what my feat is now. From being, you know, a variant human. God. Oh, is the music over? Wow, wait, how long was this? Oh my goodness. Well, thankfully there is a part 2 right here. So here we go. We got some more background music. So looking at this, quickly going through these. Blink Gato, welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. Right now we're on our last of the 3 people that we're making today, which are, by the way, not the people on the thumbnail. You think I would have coordinated that. You think I would have thought ahead. But no, I believe I put, Yukiko, Terran, and Yaya. I actually did do Terran. Terran was the first one I did. But after that, I did not Izia. Yes, we will be doing him probably next time. I've already got some good ideas for him. But I wanted to wrap up with a quick one, and I figured I already had some pretty good ideas for myself, and so we're gonna go ahead and just do that real quick. We did Charlie as well right before this. So I'm going through this. So we want something that's very like mental. How's your day going so far? You know, it's actually a really pleasant day. I basically rolled out of bed, prepared for stream, and started streaming. But honestly, that's a fine morning. Like, I'm happy with that. Oh, I see we've got. I don't know how old this message is, but I see we've got Nano in the restream. Hello, Nano. Welcome on in. Don't know how long you've been here, because I'm really bad about checking Twitch chat. But nice to have you here regardless. So, for the feat right now that I could pick, I'm just looking for something that's, you know, a bit more on like the cerebral side of things. Observant. Hold on. If you can see a creature's mouth while it is speaking a language you understand, you can interpret what it is saying by reading its lips, and you have a +5 bonus to your passive wisdom and passive intelligence scores, or perception and investigation scores. Observant is a really good option, actually. And then we could also do... Where's that other one I'm thinking of? Alert is another really good option. Do we want alert? Not keen mind. Keen mind would be good if I were playing this kind of character, but not really good for me, you know? So we're gonna go ahead and say... Oh, I'm gonna butcher this name. Davidia Storm? I hope it's pronounced. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. So between... I mean, I guess, actually, I could do both alert and... Yeah, I could do both alert and observant, actually. Coven time, I gotta go. Alright, have fun, Charlie. Thank you for stopping by and sticking around so long. I really appreciate it. So we're gonna go ahead and actually pick up observant and alert for some feats. For my background now, let's go ahead and pick that out. There's not really an amnesiac background, so maybe we want something that's like, do they have something that's like a detective or something? Let's see. What is faceless? No, that's not it at all. Just quickly going through these. Yeah, I feel like none of these really match. So, or at least not an amnesiac angle. So maybe... What is ruined? It seems like that's something who like lost everything that they were working for, so probably not that as well. Wow, is it really not a good one for me? Interesting. Honestly, haunted one could even work maybe. No, because it's actually about being overburdened by a memory. I was thinking that, oh, maybe I lost my memories and that's what haunts me, but not quite. What about Fey lost? No. I might have to have a custom background, actually. I do see there's... For some reason, there's some called anthropologist and archaeologist. Hold on. Anthropologist, maybe. Let's look at archaeologist, actually. I actually really like archaeologist. So we're gonna go ahead and choose that because an archaeologist learns about the long lost and fallen cultures of the past by studying their remains, their bones, their ruins, their surviving masterworks, and their tombs. Those who practice archaeology travel to the far corners of the world to root through crumbled cities and lost dungeons, digging in search of artifacts that might tell the stories of monarchs and high priests, wars, and cataclysms. I think that's just the one that matches me the best, because I am rather fascinated with like histories and different cultures, and so I think that one could work. Though I suppose, hold on, isn't there just like a scholar one? Maybe like I should just, yeah, hold on, maybe I should just be like using the scholar, let's be honest. Maybe. How about sage? Yeah, actually, sage is very, like, basic, but I think probably the best pick, actually. Now for my stats. Despite being a rogue, I think that my focus would be less in dexterity and more so in intelligence and wisdom. And so, I'm gonna go ahead and put starting off, put my intelligence at 15, my wisdom at 14, and then my dexterity at 13. And then go with, say, maybe 12. Oh, what would be my next? So I could already tell you that my strength is probably my lowest stat. So I'm gonna go ahead and say strength is my dumb stat. So I'm gonna say 12 constitution, 10 charisma, and then 8 strength. And then from one of the feats, I can increase my intelligence or wisdom by 1. I'm gonna go ahead and increase my intelligence by 1 to get it up to 16. So there's that, and then for skills, I already have Arcana and History. And then I get any skill from being a variant human. And so let's go ahead and let's look at Rogue again. Oh, that's right. Rogues are skill monkeys. So I get to choose 4 between acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, perception, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth. So I can already tell you now that perception and investigation are for sure. I also want to go ahead and pick up insight. And then for another one, maybe I want to do, I feel like really none of them. I do need to be rather stealthy at times whenever I am sleuthing around. So maybe I'll go ahead and add on stealth. Then as a variant human, I get a skill. And this is where I'll actually share that I'm rather good with animals, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do animal handling. I also get to pick 2 expertises. Obviously, I have expertise in investigation. And then I'm probably say an expertise not in perception, but in insight. So there's that. Now, what else do I need to choose? I think that's it, actually. See, and this is what I mean by rogues are much easier and much faster. We made that in about, what, 10 minutes? Maybe a little longer? So, yes, the Osian WD Whitlock would be a variant human, a level 5 inquisitive rogue with the observant and alert feats, with the sage background. The stats would be 16 intelligence, 14 wisdom, 13 dexterity, 12 constitution, 10 charisma, and 8 strength. And my skills would be arcana, history, perception, stealth, and animal handling, with expertise in both investigation and insight. Oh, there we go. 3 down, 13 to go. So, to anybody who's still lurking around, thank you all so much for stopping by today. I know that this was kind of a long stream. I had so much fun. I'm so glad that I finally got to do this, and I'm going to do more for sure. I want to get through all of Nebulink. In fact, I might even make this a weekly thing. We'll see, we'll see. But thank you all for stopping by, and I really hope to see you again soon. Thanks for entertaining my little D&D obsession. I'll be sure to try to post these character sheets, like, maybe later today or tomorrow. Alright. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.